All right,
Wise up, wise up, wise up, wise up, wise up.
And is it wise up, time's up?
It's wise up before your time's up.
Wise up before your time's up. Why don't we kick this off by all of y'all introducing yourselves? Starting with Jesse.
Nice.
I'm the Jeb. I sing in the clock.
Continuing on to David.
I'm David, and I'm on speakerphone, so my mic was muted.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
You play bass?
He plays
Got
bass.
it. Okay.
I played bass.
And then moving on now to Mitchell.
Drumming in Klokwise. What's up?
Nathan, you
Mitchell.
have to go camera on. We can't have 4 cameras on and then you being too cool for school down there with your all lowercase name. Nathan, camera on. Come on.
I am Nathan. I play guitar, and I don't own a camera.
Fire.
I do not own a webcam.
The economic status of rock music these days. Anyway, welcome to the program. Congrats on the debut album, and thank you so much for recording your cover of Break Stuff for the compilation. I love you guys. It's great to have you on. How are you feeling?
I feel great. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Ready to rock, as always.
So I wanna know, when did Klokwise originally clock in? When did you guys become a band incorporated?
Nathan, me and Nathan are brothers, and we would have been cooking like this time 2 years ago on some demos, and then it was sometime in August that we had Dave in on it and Mitch in on it, but they came by for a rehearsal, and Mitch didn't even know what he was going to play in the band. And that day, a band had dropped out of a show that I was playing bass in, and they needed an opener. So the same day we had our first rehearsal, Mitch comes in the door. I'm like, "What are you doing tonight, man?" Like, nothing. I'm like, cool. We're going to play a show tonight.
We got a gig.
We got a gig tonight. Our first gig will be the day of our first rehearsal. And we didn't have a name. I didn't have any lyrics, but me and Nathan had enough demos to be like, okay, these are like 5 simple ones. Let's learn these. Yeah. And we played our first show that night.
But was there ever any like question of like what genre you're going to make, or was it always like, you know what?
When Jesse and I first were doing our demos, there was really no plan, and it was much more hardcore and metalcore type stuff. And then Jesse had found out Limp Bizkit was good earlier that year, because Limp Bizkit
that is the leaving the Matrix moment of new metal fandom. Is you're like, these guys have deep cuts, and then you can never get jacked back into the new metal hatrix.
Yeah, we got over the stink of new metal and realized it's pretty awesome. And then Dave came in and he laid down the bass line for Bounce With This in like 5 seconds.
Are you guys familiar with My Ticket Home?
No.
Y'all need to get wise. Well, I guess I can't complete that thought, but y'all need to get wise to My Ticket Home ASA fucking Pete. But I guess I could say that their second album, which was called Strangers Only, came out in 2013. Those guys just came about new metal very honestly. And when I spoke to their singer, he was like, we just genuinely liked Limp Bizkit. We didn't know we weren't supposed to like Limp Bizkit. And that's a masterpiece, by the way, for anyone that's keeping score at home. So I think it is funny, though, how much hardcore music is just like 1 or 2 ticks away from being new metal. It's not that often considered. But like I posted this master list of new metal songs that have a go breakdown where the singer says go before the breakdown hits, which, by the way, don't you guys have to have one of those, right? Am I crazy?
No, we don't.
I don't know about that. I thought in oh my god, it's on the record.
Seems like a huge
I
oversight.
thought you hit it.
I hit it. I hit it going against my break, but that's not like a breakdown. That's like a 2-step part. It's like 140 BPM.
Oh my
We're
god!
like into the solo.
Really splitting hairs with that one.
Yeah, the tempo. It's like Yeah, but I hit a go.
Well,
Into the solo on
Normally dropping
into the solo
oops.
on Break Your Face.
Hatebreed have
You're more of a-
Oh,
Hatebreed have a song that
Oh.
has a go breakdown in it, and I posted that in there, and people were like, yes, my favorite new metal band, Hatebreed. Explain to me how Hatebreed is new metal. And I was like, not only does this song have a go breakdown, it was in a snowboarding scene from the movie Triple X starring Vin Diesel, and that shuts down all debate right away. It's like you can't fuck with that. But a lot of hardcore, I feel like the most significant, most interesting new metal bands that are working today are the bands whose music works in hardcore settings, like you guys in Empty Shell Casing and Omerta. It's like you win over those crowds, and suddenly everyone likes new metal. What do you know?
yeah. I mean, it shares a lot of the same stuff. Like it's like all the singing's pretty rhythmic, and like it's just like slightly different tempos
And
slightly different
it's
BPMs.
kind of, I think, see, the line between hardcore and new metal is actually just being unapologetically silly. Because like hardcore is a pretty silly ass genre. You grown men out there with the fucking throwing their fists around and stuff. But the hardcore bands that don't like new metal are the ones that just can't admit to it being a silly ass genre.
Yeah, well, it's like that's like a song structure thing too. Like hardcore doesn't have like pop song structure typically, and that
No, it's
also
just
sets it
75
apart.
riffs.
And then definitely like the energy of it, the ethos is there's no
Oh, do you guys like Gideon?
Gideon. I don't know what that is.
I got heads and holes. Okay, so but this is a little too early for this, but since I keep swinging and missing at this, what are some new metal bands that you guys are into?
Essentially,
Okay.
I don't listen to much new metal in my days off, to be honest.
Oh, I
I
actually
listen to
Yeah.
empathize with that. I'll have friends over and I'll be listening to like George Michael and Sade, and they'll be like, "This isn't what I thought you'd be listening to," and I'm like, "My full-time job is listening to new metal. I'm trying to not be
Trying to-
working right now."
Yeah,
branch out a bit here.
yeah. I listen to like Chapel Roan and like Pain of Truth
Yeah.
and Big Ass Truck.
Mm-hmm.
Chapel Roan's new metal. It's first of all, it's pronounced Chappelle Roan. I don't know if you were aware of that. It's pronounced
Come on.
Chappelle Roan. So, what are some of your big influences?
Tomato.
I'm gonna go ahead and put Limp Bizkit to the side, but what are some of your big influences for the record Clock In aside from Limp Bizkit?
A lot of music you would hear in early 2000s sports games was the ideal genre-defining sound.
So like
Ludicrous.
wrestling, so like a
And you know exactly what that means.
non-point.
So the peak is Madden 2005, but SmackDown versus Raw, obviously, no motocross games,
SSX.
different vibe.
Wait,
No
no
fucking
motocross? No
SSX.
motocross?
No, different vibe. That's like Green Day and like pop punk. None of that. We're talking the goofy ass metal.
Interesting.
The
It's-
goofiest
what's
metal.
funny though is that you're not naming any bands. You're just like the video games. Which
It's-
hold on,
it's
hold
the-
on. I
it's the
gotta
vibe.
say,
It's
I
the
gotta say, if you told me that your interaction with new metal was just playing Madden, like not knowing any of these songs, you're just playing Madden, I would believe it. Your music sounds like a band that doesn't listen to music. You just play Madden and hear that music.
Okay.
I mean, I think when we were in the
That's
studio,
highest
we
level
didn't.
compliment.
Yeah, we didn't listen to anything. I don't like
Oh.
doing like direct references of anything. It's just like,
Oh.
okay, do it. What does it sound like? Okay, cool.
Well,
Doing it. Vibes.
You know what? So the comparison I had hopped on here with was it was like Jesse has this kind of carnival barker voice that's a lot more like authoritative than necessarily Fred Durst is. But now that we're having this conversation, I'm like, oh, you're doing like a John Madden color commentator type
Yeah.
character. That's what you're doing. Like it's all coming together now.
It's more wrestling than you'd ever imagine.
Yeah.
No, oh no, not anymore. Now I'm like, oh, he's doing like JR and like John Madden type reads. Like, okay, now I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Dear
I think
God's broken in half.
Dear God.
right.
Yeah.
I think I wanted to sound like Madball, but I really screwed that up.
Who's Madball?
Madball? They're like New York hardcore.
Get wise.
Mm. But he's like, hey there, yeah.
What about Strife?
Strife.
That's a new metal band.
Dude,
I've heard of
Okay.
Strife.
they sound like him.
Okay. So that really does make sense that would be it. And I do want to talk about your pal, Dear God, who wrote the lyric of the year with "Smash your iPad in front of your son's face," which I think is amazing. That's
10
like
out of
such a
10.
vivid. It's a very
It's really
vivid
good.
thing, but it's also something that needs to be done. It's like a public service
Yeah.
and a hilarious concept.
I
Bring
think
it back.
we cut the half of that verse in half so I could have the other half, and I'll probably regret it forever. The other half is just, it's all gold. Rob's the most talented guy I know on the planet. He's a genius.
I think you guys need to get, how hard could this be? Like $50,000 together to do a music video for that, where you just literally do the lyrics. I think that would be really cool.
A wrestling video. We've been saying it since day one.
Really?
Get a ring. Let's rent a ring. We got to do it.
Or just go mob your local like Gold's Gym
Best Buy.
and see who calls you out. You know what? I bet you could do that. You could go to a gym, like a commercial gym with a wrestling ring or a boxing ring in it or something, and just film. Because that's what everyone does at the gym now anyways. You ever had to like walk around someone's tripod at the gym? They're like filming themselves on the bench. Like, what are we...
Yeah, let's just make a vertical form content entire music video. Just on our
Please
phones.
no. That's what we need. We need more content.
Oh, yeah.
Content.
So the
Love
watch,
content.
the watch on the cover of Clock In, how much did that cost?
$50,000.
Whoa, yeah. $50,000.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously,
That's a Rolex Tourbillon.
yeah, it was way higher
Flooded.
than the budget for the whole record was all spent on that watch. Like,
Genuine blood diamonds.
Well, what you guys did was you bought the watch first and then took loans out against the value of the watch because you're like,
Exactly.
it's going to appreciate in value. So we'll just take out loans according to the appreciation of the watch value. And that's how you finance the record. So
Yep.
Yeah.
your bankruptcy arc is going to go crazy.
Yeah,
that
well,
watch
well,
is
you-
going to take us through to the future.
We heard image was everything, so we spent the entire budget on that watch,
On one
expecting
watch.
a record deal, but it never came.
Yeah.
You share custody of the watch. You guys get to wear it every other weekend. Like it goes around this.
No.
No,
It
we-
stays-
no,
It
we had to
stays in a
ask.
safe.
Yeah, we had to ask and sign it out.
Undisclosed location.
Undisclosed
Yeah,
location. So you guys talk to me though. You guys have been playing shows. I've been watching the clips of the shows on the Instagram. Really cool audience response. You've been doing a great job of getting people to jump up and down, which I always feel like is a very difficult thing to do. Like people are more comfortable moshing. In my experience, people are a little scared to do the jumping up and down. I'm just not Jesse Turnbull
I'm
is
just-
what it is. I'm just not. Jesse's like, well, that's a you problem. That's a you problem.
just gotta write a bouncy riff, light work, say jump, bouncy riff,
Tell them to
jumping happens.
You don't gotta
Tell
coach
'em where-
people.
I mean, I got no patience for anybody who doesn't fucking jump. So when I say jump, they fucking jump.
Yeah.
That's a big part. That
Oh
really
shit!
is.
Damn.
I feel like that was a very new metal. That was a very new metal evolution. Was that all of our bands had to have riffs where people were jumping up and down. I can't think of any other genre that was necessarily doing that before.
Getting people directly jump.
I mean,
And instead of like
there's,
shoving each other.
there's probably hip hop making people jump.
But not with the ba-bow, ba-bow, ba-bow riffs. Ba-bow,
True.
ba-bow.
Oh no, yeah, no riffs were making people jump.
I think the first one to do it was Know Your Enemy by Rage Against the Machine. That has always, to me,
Fair.
been like,
Yeah.
that's the first bounce riff, which
In my opinion, Bounce with this is the first bounce riff ever written. There was no bounce.
I think that song came out this year, so that's probably not true. You're talking about, like,
No, I see no proof.
I see no proof. I wish I had had something on me. I feel like I'm being
Wait.
called out right now. I only have
Hold up,
this cardboard.
pull. Somebody turn on Woodstock '99 right now and like just scroll through it randomly.
There isn't as much bouncing happening in that one because, one, it's too bright outside. Well, okay, the corn. I thought you were talking about the Limp Bizkit set. That one's less bouncy than you'd think it'd be because it's too bright outside and everyone's just fighting with each other the entire time. It's just a giant maelstrom. It's incredible. What energy,
Amazing.
what vibes. You couldn't do that now at Coachella, like get that violent. They would literally like call in the National Guard like immediately and have everyone removed.
I wonder, isn't Speed playing Coachella this year? Isn't that a thing I just saw?
That's crazy.
That's huge if it is. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so they might be the first to do it. They might get the Speed Coachella.
That is
They're,
true.
they're going to be the first to do it.
Oh,
Yeah, Coachella lineup
bye,
2020.
Nathan. Fuck you too. Sorry, was I boring you?
Oh,
Brett went to Google something probably.
Because you
yeah.
can't.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
That has to have been like a $10 watch, right? Like you went down
That's
to the boardwalk, local mall.
That's like a good $60,000-$70,000 watch right there.
That's $150 million watch.
That watch is about $6 billion.
Okay,
I think-
they're fucking with me. They're fucking with me on my own show. They're fucking with me. Watch, I can fix this. Though.
Just don't look up.
I can just click
don't
this
look
button
up.
and they're gone. They're gone, just like that. You can't hear them. You can't see them. Spoilers, by the way. Do not look at my screen. Can't hear them. Can't see them. They've been dismissed from the show. You guys want to talk about other stuff now? They're still on Zoom, but you can't hear them. Let's talk about other music.
We're literally gone.
All right,
from
they're
the
back.
Twitch stream.
I brought them back. Anyway,
Don't
just-
look up watch on Amazon.
look up watch on Amazon.
Don't look up.
it up.
Don't.
Don't look
you
it
guys,
up.
You guys should sell those watches at your shows, like as merch. You guys have like official. There it is. There it is. Diamonds dancing. Shit don't even tick. Diamonds in the face.
Jealous of me right now.
Have you guys ever thought about doing like official Klokwise watches as merch? That
That'd
would
be
be
dope.
fucking awesome.
That would actually be fire.
That'd
Somebody
be
get
so
on.
cool.
Let me make a phone call.
That's big budget shit.
You could put like a brain on one of the ticking hands. And that would be so
What?
And you're adjusting the image, right?
Let's let him do this. Let's let them do this. Oh, that is the Fantano setup. So what do you guys think Fantano would say about your album? Like if you had to guess it or review.
Oh, solid too.
Solid riffs, high, really good riffs. Some of the best riffs I've ever heard. That's a solid 3 out of 10.
He did a Limp Bizkit tier list and put every album by them in F or D. So I don't know
Right.
how friendly he would be to you guys necessarily.
I messaged him and sent him. He's got like a contact sheet, and I said to him, we don't fuck with Korn. Fuck Korn. Limp Bizkit only. Check this out.
Do you actually not fuck with Korn?
No, I don't speak for everybody here.
Korn's fine. I like Korn.
That's
I
a
like
that's a
Biscuit's
corn
best,
clock right
but-
there.
Yeah, we got some Korn lovers.
That's a corn clock right there. Right now, if I was to go by facial expression and body language, it feels like David Monks is in a hostage situation where he's not nearly into the genre as the rest of you guys are. Is he like your sponsor? What's going on there, David? You've been very mum on this one.
I'm nervous about my audio setup and my internet, so I'm just
Oh,
gonna-
you're good now.
You sound
we
great.
can hear you.
And I can
Okay.
tell
Okay.
by the exposed vent there, you live in a cool ass loft. I feel cool ass loft vibes coming from your setup there.
I control the temperature in this apartment.
He controls the temperature in his share of the apartment. David, why don't you introduce yourselves to the people? Were you in any bands before this?
Yes, I play in other bands. I am probably originally most known for playing in popular indie rock band Tokyo Police Club, which I am the vocalist and bass player in. Until recently, because we played our last show a couple weeks ago.
I think you were just here at the Regent, I think. Maybe.
And it was amazing.
Klokwise is like the like, what do you call, like the hospital trolley with like the bed on it? It's like the gurney carrying me from the end of one part of my career like into the resuscitation room.
It's carrying you
giving me-
backwards in your life, actually. Like you were owning that 7.0 to 7.9 pitchfork score range type music, and now it's like gurneying you backwards to your like teenage years.
Yeah, actually, we're almost all the way back there. We're almost back to Incubus Drive. I think
You're like, first of all, don't ever fucking mention Pitchfork and my band in the same sentence again. I can feel. I knew that's what you want to say first. You're like, this fucking So I'll put that out there for you. And second of all, yes, it is interesting though how you're going backwards through rock history.
I actually, when you got into the Pitchfork bit, I misheard you a little bit, but yes, we all have our own Pitchfork trauma from that era. So yeah,
I want them to review the compilation so bad. I'm thinking like 6.3 to 7.1 as like my most optimistic. I think that's like where they would put it. And I need
10.
that review. Ian Cohen, return my calls, bitch.
10.
I did DM it to him, but he never got back to me.
DM it twice.
He's been on this podcast a few times, so I feel like I wish I had his number or something. And I could really start to harass him about it. But
Have him on again and harass him publicly.
What was that, David?
Tokyo Blues Club does play in drop C. We just play very high up the fretboard. That's how you get that sound.
Drop C is amazing. That's a great tuning. What tuning does Klokwise use?
Drop C.
Just okay. So that was actually a much cleaner transition for you than I thought it would be.
He's good.
Anyway, as we were talking about before the show came on, you guys were awesome opening for Angels and Airwaves and Weezer when I saw you guys in high school.
I'm glad you thought in Los Angeles. That was
it was in Chicago. It was in Chicago.
Oh yeah. I mean, that was really crazy. I was like 21 and I was on a tour with Rivers Cuomo and Tom DeLonge and I don't know. We played a fast 25-minute set at 7:30 every night, so it's pretty much the same as Klokwise.
Except you're not opening for. Well, first of all, Rivers Cuomo loves nu metal. I don't know if he's like suppressed that part of him or not, but he wrote a song for Cold, and it's the best Weezer song of the 21st century. The song they wrote for Cold. There's some good football video game music for you there, by the way. And I think he's I'm pretty sure he's actually quite a big nu metal fan. You should text him. Do you still have his number? Can you text him right now? Can you call him right now?
He doesn't seem like too busy of a guy.
Yep, I just texted him.
No.
You're on camera. Your hands are on camera. He wants this line of questioning dropped.
He's got like a really nice phone. David,
It's an Android thing.
It's
a
yeah.
Neuralink.
Android anymore. Don't bring back those dark days.
No, he's got the Neuralink. You just texted him right now.
David,
Yeah,
are you have you always been a big nu metal fan? Were you keeping that a secret when you were?
I think I like the I think I just grew up on like the sort of poppier like Linkin Park, Incubus, Limp Bizkit thing. Like when I was in like 8th grade and shit, that was like just what I was buying the CDs of. So
There is no not poppy nu metal, by the way. We don't have like a droney type of nu metal, an
No, it's your- well, I think
atmospheric type of nu metal,
thing
an
about the genre is that
avant-garde nu metal.
I mean, I'm sure that you guys can probably prove me wrong, but in a big way, like it wasn't like an underground genre for like 15
Nice.
years, and then finally.
How is he doing this? Nathan is mocking me. Nathan is mocking this show.
Nathan is cooking right now.
David, go ahead there with your line of thinking there. You're talking about not an underground genre, which it very much was not. It was an extremely not underground genre.
I also did. I was working on stuff with Jesse, and he played me the Woodstock show, and I also had to leave the nu metal Hatrix and get back into
metal Hatrix.
Get back into
copyright lawyer. Get back into. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
Get back into Limp Bizkit and stuff, and just like it was exciting.
It is, right? It's exciting because it's like you've been raised on all of like you're drilled into your mind that like the following bands are good: Nirvana, Elliott Smith, the fucking Beatles. But like at the same time, you're also being taught it's like Limp Bizkit is an objectively bad band, Korn is an objectively bad band.
And then you're like, it's objectively incredible. Like,
yeah, you get like fed up with that. You're like, fuck this. I don't want to listen to LCD Sound System. Fuck this shit. I'm not listening to this anymore. Fuck a grizzly bear. And you're like, fuck it. I'm going back that way. And it is interesting though that we've found a big community of people that agree with us on this one.
Mm.
I once had
doesn't want to cry anymore.
Like
even just
sad.
culturally, I think it's come around in the mainstream. Like the early 2000s vibe has come back into the mainstream as a whole, and so I think everybody just got over that, like you're saying, the Hatrix. That like cringeometer, everybody's cringeometer just kind of chilled out for a little bit.
I think that the reason that like cringe became this like unbelievably potent insult and this thing to be scared of all the time is because if you're cringe on the internet in the wrong way, people will use you for content like forever. Like you'll become a meme because of how cringe you were on the internet. And so I think that just going all in on it and making it part of your brand is the only way to really survive anymore on social media because
100%.
you know, you just got to be cringe, don't you?
You gotta chug a 2 liter of Faygo for content.
No, you don't. I don't think my 32-year-old body can
Too late.
Can tolerate that anymore. By the way, how many 30-something kings are in the house tonight? Put your hand up if you're a 30-something king. David, put your fucking hand. Why are you shy about that? I can't believe y'all shy. Y'all scared money.
No, I'm not scared. I was just like, I'm
Old.
only this king for a couple more years. That's all.
You're what?
I'm only this 30-something king for a few more years. That's all. I only got a couple more years of being in my 30s, guys.
I was at K-Rock Almost Acoustic Christmas, which they're still doing, by the way. They're booking the same headliners they were 24 years ago. I was at K-Rock Almost Acoustic Christmas over the weekend, and I was in a random conversation with these two guys, and I was like, oh, I'm 32. Well, they said to me, they're like, how old are you, like 25? And I'm like, but I was like, no, I'm 32. And they're like, oh, you're such a baby. We're 35. I'm like, guys, there's no functional difference between 32 and 35.
3-year
That's
difference.
like- the difference between like 25 and 30, that's huge. The difference between 32 and 35 is like what, 10
Minuscule.
minutes. A coin flip.
Yeah.
It's nothing. But we do come from a long line. You know, new metal has a long history of 30-something kings. Wayne Static of Static X, they got signed when he was 35. Serge Tanaki
So
of
there's-
System of a Down was 32.
So there's still a chance. That's what you're saying.
I mean, for you guys to get the record deal you deserve, which would be like $100,000 advance.
$50 million record.
Yeah, preferably 50.
I mean, that's why. You know what, David? I want you to break down the record deal you had with Tokyo Police Club when you signed with Mom and Pop. What was the structure like of that? Like, how do we get that back?
Let me just look in the files.
He's like, you know, I had it right here on my fucking desk, written on this piece of cardboard.
You don't want the mom and pop record deal. I'll tell you that.
You never do. But we do need to get something back there. I feel like a lot of what's missing in rock music today is bands are no longer allowed to ball out of control. There's no amount of time that rock bands can spend being loaded, having way too much money. Everyone's just struggling and scrimping along. So how do we fix that?
How do you make money?
Seriously, how do we make money?
There's no more money.
There is money, but there's money. You got to just hang in there for me, all right? One of the bands on the compilation have already broken up in secret, but I told them, I was like, you just got to hang in there. I'm going to figure this out.
It's gonna be us next.
If we don't get a fucking $50 million record deal, it's us next.
I'm out.
I only do this for the money. Clout is not enough.
Jesse doesn't even like the music. He's like, I'm in this entirely for the money.
Yo, I saw a TikTok of Deftones and I called up Nathan. I said, yo,
This is trendy.
I know how to make some money right now.
Let's not be like that band at all. Yo, Deftones are huge on TikTok right now. Let's sound nothing like them. It's gonna be awesome.
I fuck with them.
We can't rip them off exactly, but we can do something around that.
Yeah.
And then you didn't.
Shit.
Anyway, guys, if you had to elevator pitch the record, if I was David Geffen and you just got in the elevator with me, you got 4 floors. Pitch me the album. Ding. Okay, we're on the second floor.
Motherfucker, look at us.
Look at
That's what you do? You just hold the watch up in my face?
yeah.
You could have one of these if you signed us.
Mr.
It's-
Geffen.
I would tell you. You wouldn't even get it, though. Sorry.
I'd tell you, but it would just go right over your head.
He wouldn't understand.
Why wouldn't he understand? He's a music industry legend. He would totally understand it if you just explain it to him correctly.
He's never played Madden 2005.
You don't know that. I would say like what would I say? I'd be like, listen, Mr. Geffen, a Republican president's coming back into office. People need dumb aggression again. The idea of thinking critically about anything is about to be so out the window. It's all about MMA and health podcasts that don't mean anything and get you killed. We are the band for that moment. We are the band for this incoming age of idiocy. And I think you can get us at a fucking bargain right now. See, I'm good at this. I could do this.
You're good.
I'm managing you now.
right,
I'd
you're
say,
right.
do you like puns?
Oh,
Have I got puns for you?
Yeah.
We have endless catchphrases. A
More
world
specifically,
full of
do you
crap.
like clock-based puns?
yeah.
So Jesse would
Time.
flash a watch in his face. Mitchell would pitch the idea of puns. David would say nothing. And Nathan, I don't even know if Nathan's real. I don't know what Nathan looks like. I don't know what he does down there.
Corey Feldman, strong 8.
I have heard at least one song off that album. It was not that good.
We saw it live.
Oh, you went to the Loserville tour?
Yeah.
See it with my own eyes. Strong.
It was
8.
incredible.
Was it?
Yes,
It was entertaining. It was actually really entertaining.
They
the Michael
toured-
Jackson moves especially were
I had
or something.
Oh,
Here comes the band name. There it goes. Now I can't talk about them.
Could I get a wise up in the chat from everybody?
Can we get
Yeah.
some wise up
Wise
in
up,
the
wise
chat
up,
from
wise up,
everybody?
wise
Wise
up,
up in
wise
the
up,
chat?
wise up, wise up.
Let me see some wise ups in the
Hey,
chat real quick.
Turn off the stream until we get 3 wise ups in chat.
But then if the stream is off, do you understand like that how that wouldn't work, right? So I've turned the
Turn
stream
the
off.
stream up. Turn the stream up.
Turn the stream
Oh,
up.
that's 1, 2.
I see 2. Yours. Oh, I see 3. Okay. Oh, okay. Turn the
Yeah.
stream
All right,
back
it's
on.
lasted. All right, yeah, okay. Stream can come
Yeah,
back.
turn
now?
the,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Good
you.
job,
Turn the stream
everybody.
back on.
Good job. And if you have any questions for Klokwise, please pose them now. If you have any questions or record deals for Klokwise, make some noise. I would love to hear from you.
Specifically, $50 million records
The specifically $50 million record deals.
or
Oh.
2 diamond watches.
Yo,
Oh!
shout out. Shout out that wise up. My dad dropped a wise up in the chat.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
what up? What up, father of the Nathan
And the jib.
and the Jib? Oh, yeah, you guys are brothers. I almost said brother and sister. I don't know what Nathan looks like. It could be.
A lot like a skeleton on fire.
What song hits hardest?
A lot-
Hold on, we have a real question from a real person. Not me. What song hits hardest at the live shows?
Bounce for this.
Bounce with this.
Bounce with
Easy
this.
dub. Easy dub.
Yeah. It's got a whole
By
it's got
far.
like a whole come down, and then you have the moment to
Do the-
speak, and then
the
it has a
chant.
big up,
Chant vocal backup.
and then it's up, and then it's the last thing. So it's like, yeah, this is the last time. This is it. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Is that what you say? You're like, we could all die tomorrow.
I say more like I'm like, I think I say, I see, this is your last opportunity. And I was serious when I said, I'm going to fucking fuck you up if you don't fucking jump right now, you motherfucking fuckers.
Wait,
So
on a
fucking
scale of
sing
1 to
this.
10, how Canadian is your band?
10.
10 Canadian.
Sounding or
Answer.
Sounding
Say
zero.
the number that came to your mind when I said that.
10.
10.
It's 10 out of 10 on the Canadian scale. It's all coming together now. The hockey. I heard one of you guys dropping a boot earlier on accident. I saw it slip. I
I don't
saw
know
it
what you're
slip.
talking about.
I heard it
I
slip.
don't
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, pal.
buddy. Hey, watch it, eh?
What's your favorite Canadian nu metal band?
Klokwise.
Kitty.
yeah. Kitty.
Have you guys ever heard of Project Wise? Project Wise Up. I'm gonna send this to you once we're off here.
Enemy.
You're gonna cover them for the next one because
Project Y.
you're gonna fuck with this. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this. Anyway,
That's a thing.
Fernstein. Oh no, you're Canadian. ... Yeah. So what? Shut up. David's not Canadian. He's English. He's from the United Kingdom. So, or at least his band charted really well there. So, same difference.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, guys, we could do merch watches. They're going to cost $150 each.
Peace. Nice.
Have you been looking into
Easy.
this on the side?
Yeah, I just looked into it.
What kind of customization options do you have there? Can we put your face as like the? Can we get like a Looney Tunes
Horrifying.
rendition of your face and put it right there in the center of the watch,
I
like you
think they're
holding up
just
the wrist?
etched.
Etched?
They got pocket watches though. That'd be way more
that'd be
fire.
good.
It's much better.
Pocket
That's what
watch
the
would be
record-
cool.
That's
swinging
what the
around.
advance is for. So we can just make all these watches.
Yeah, these are good.
$50 million. Somebody drop 50 million in the chat.
Somebody drop 50 million in the chat, but do it in subscription. Subscribe to our
Yeah,
channel. I will pay them on that later.
10 million subs. 10 million subs real quick.
Another question: when are we getting a tour? And what he means by that, by the way, is when are you coming to LA?
It's so fucking expensive, dog.
No.
It's like visas are insane.
When I'm like considering older clips of like bands performing on Conan or Leno or something, I'm like, how much of like modern music culture sucks because we just can't all get in the same room anymore. We just all can't be together anymore. Like ideally, you'd be on this show right now, and I'd be like, their new album called Clock In is available in stores now. Please help me welcome to the show, Klokwise, and you'd perform a fucking song. Over there, you'd play the song and you'd do some antics, you'd jump around and stuff, you'd knock the drum set over. It would be awesome. Then I'd come out
Acoustic version only, though. Acoustic version.
the acoustic version. You guys would do your Stained Unplugged version of it. That would be great. That's what the people really want. What about Vancouver?
That's also far.
It's so far. I did Canadian tours are also cooked because you got to drive like 8 hours between each show.
There's no cities.
There's like no cities, but I don't know.
How much would it cost for me to book you to play Los Angeles?
Well, our visas probably cost like $5,000 just for the visas.
What?
Do
Oh,
you
you can't
feel
just come here and play? What's a visa? Why do you need a visa?
Private.
America, they don't want us.
$5,000?
Yeah.
You can't just. Is this different from a passport? You can't just come down here.
Taking money from the ethos of the American people and taking it.
Yeah, it's a music work visa, P2 they call it.
I couldn't just pay you for something else. I couldn't be like, great show. Here's a gift. I have this gift for you that I'm going to pay out in $400 increments.
No.
Over the course of one increment, because all I have is this $400 in an increment of one.
And here's the thing too. I have a P2. I have a P2 for another band I'm in, and it doesn't work for Klokwise. I got to get another one.
What? But it's
So I'd have
cultural.
to
We
get-
need you. We need music. Music's good for the economy. This is so I've also got to run for office now, right? To fix this too. This is great.
Yeah, I mean they just doubled it this year. Like literally, like earlier this year, it doubled in price or something like that. It was not this crazy. Well, it was always crazy, but now it's super crazy.
What's the worst that could happen if you came here legally? Okay, a lot
get
of
banned
things,
for 7
actually.
years.
A lot of things, and then that would be very poor. That would be bad for the career, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and yeah, especially if I've already gone over with a band, like I can't be risking nothing.
Can you play?
I know someone that
Go ahead.
happened to. They got banned for 10 years.
From America.
Yeah.
For music, for coming here to play music.
Yeah, and that was it. Like their band couldn't go to the U.S. and that was it.
Holy smokes! How do you get caught for that? What do they do to catch you? How do you get caught for that?
I think you're kind of like you're like, oh, we're just gonna go play like a showcase like for free. We're not getting paid, and they're like, okay, cool. Let me look you up. Oh, you have 10 tour dates here. Oops.
So you could come here to play a showcase.
In theory, there was a time where you could like go with a letter from somebody being like, they're just coming to play a showcase and nothing else. And yeah.
So could you play a showcase where I compensate you? Why am I saying that? I can't do that either. We're going to figure this out. We're not going to figure this out live on air, but we're going to figure this out. We're going to figure this out.
Like, hey, we just found out you have a 10-day tour and each show pays you $85.
And then you get banned for that, the $85 per diem.
Yeah.
You didn't tell us about this $85 per diem.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you can't come back for a decade.
Now you can't come back for 10 years. Enjoy
That's
touring the United Kingdom, losers, which you probably can't do either. Is that the same thing? You got to pay $5,000 to go do that?
No, it's way chiller. Europe's chill. You don't need anything in Europe. In the UK, they just started making you have visas, but they're like $100.
I hate it here.
And they don't even check.
I think Americans coming into Canada you need something, but it's like something small.
Do we have a next single from the record people can expect?
From the record?
Yeah.
What? Like a new song?
Do you guys not know how? Okay, this came up with another band where I was like, "Hey, you should release this song as a single," and they were like, "But the album's already out." Do you guys know how singles work?
Like promoting something.
Yeah,
with a
like
video.
you put a single out after the album comes out. Wait.
Are you guys with the
Wait. We know that, right? That's how singles work. You put the single out after the album comes out.
Well, I got.
We
news for
put
you. We're
3
just gonna
singles
make
out before.
More and
Yeah,
more.
you do it before. We do it
But
before.
you
before.
no.
We
You
just
keep
got more music in the pipeline.
no. You
Or
keep
you want the
going.
old
You
music
put
or
them
you
out.
want new
You
music?
put out one before the album comes out, but then you put more out after the album. Am I crazy here?
Okay, so
David,
we gotta
do
David,
single-
you've been in the fucking industry. You know how singles work.
I think in Spotify ways like that, in Spotify times, that doesn't do anything because they won't push it.
They don't
If it's
push
already
shit.
out,
You push it. Do you think like I'm done with the comp? Like it's out now, and I'm just like, well, that was fun. No, we got singles. We got remixes. We got a schedule to keep here.
I mean, remixes.
You know,
that's
music.
different.
You know,
It
the
is-
music business used to be a fucking business. Nobody knows how to do shit anymore. You put out a single later. In the End by Linkin Park, that was the 4th single from Hybrid Theory. 1, 2, 3, 4. It came out in 2002. That's when that came out. We're losing recipes, people. We're losing recipes.
We got a new single coming out.
Yeah.
Bounce with this.
Yeah.
It's from our EP back in January.
Oh, great. We're going back to the EP. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can put out a deluxe edition.
You guys should hopefully like
Yeah.
this one. I don't know.
Oh, bounce with that.
Bounce with that.
Do you guys have a song called Bounce With That and Bounce With This?
That'd be
That'd be
awesome.
good.
Bounce With
That's
this,
the
but
next-
now
that's
you're
the
going to go
next
bounce
song.
with that. Over there.
Heard it here first.
They're gonna go,
I gotta go. Actually, that's so smart.
A riff just came to me.
It's all coming through my mind.
they're gonna
1
bounce us
second.
the fuck out of here. You know Drive by Incubus? It was the 3rd
Nathan,
single.
your Google's open.
That was the 3rd
I know.
single from that album.
okay.
The 3rd single from Make Yourself.
Don't worry. I know.
After Pardon Me and Stellar, that was the single, and that was charting all the way over there in 2001. Okay, you put singles out after the albums comes out. God damn it!
Who's done that in the last 10 years
No.
though?
And
That's
who
why,
does that?
and this is why people don't engage with new music anymore. Is because people just give up on the album after it's out. Oh, the album's out. I guess we're done. It didn't sell anything in the first week. We're fucked. I guess we should move on to making vertical content. Am I right? Is that what we're doing?
You just give up entirely.
David, I'm expecting you to be the voice of reason in this room. You were supposed to be the den mother to these children.
This single's gotta come out first.
No, you are so wrong. David, help
But then,
me.
how does that make any sense? I don't.
What do you mean?
understand.
How does that make any sense? So when Warner Brothers were staggering the release of In the End to come out 2 years after Hybrid Theory, that was stupid of them? Are you saying that was the wrong thing to do?
Was,
No,
wait, was that
No,
on the
that's
album
CD8.
though?
Was In the End on the album?
On Hybrid Theory. Yeah,
Was
yeah.
In the End?
It was on Hybrid Theory.
But did it come out at the
Listen.
same time as the album?
Yeah.
Yes. And then the single
then-
came out 2 years
that's in-
later.
That's
But
that's in a totally different world though.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
CD
you have
space.
Been, you have been defrauded by social media. The mechanics of record promotion and music business have not changed at all. If you give up on your album, yeah, everyone's gonna give up on that album. No, you gotta work the record. You like Chapel Roan, right, Jesse?
Yeah.
It took her 2 years to sell that fucking album. It sold 5,000 copies in its first week. Charted at
Did it have any
167.
singles after the album though?
Yes.
Listen.
When do you think Hot to Go came out? Last summer.
But it didn't. What I don't know
People
what
don't
you mean
know
though.
shit.
5,000 copies for a new band in your first week now. That's really good.
Not when you're signed to Atlantic Records.
I think that is good for your first week now.
No, it's horrible. Yes. Okay. Yes. If Klokwise sold 5,000 albums in their first week, I would be
I'm not
so
even
thrilled.
saying- I don't even think that. I think that's like good. I think a label would be like, here we go, let's get to work.
I'm right. I'm right.
Going on
Okay.
down here, it's so it's kind of,
What's
It's
going
so
on?
small. Yeah,
What's
what are you
this-
cooking?
What's this album? What's this album I got here? Hot to Go 2023 album.
I'm so correct that I am forcing myself the last word. I've muted these clowns. I will be the one with the last word on this. The music industry is not changed. You promote a record through the same channels that you promoted records before. You got to take steps. You got to work on that. It should be a years-long campaign. If you just give up and move on, then nobody's going to take you seriously. Okay? Thanks for joining. I'd like to thank my guest Klokwise for joining us. Thanks, guys. Do you have anything? How can the people at home find you? If people want to follow you on social media, how can they find you guys? What's that? Speechless? Speechless by the depths of my genius, of my knowledge of how.
I cannot be
You can
stopped.
just unmute yourself. Oh, you can just unmute yourself. Actually,
It's all about
All
the
right,
he said,
Pete
she
Chester.
said bullshit.
Can you write that so it's backwards really fast? Okay, so you can just unmute yourself. So I don't even know what the point even is of being able to do that. So
That is kind of insane.
anyway, I thank you so much, Jesse, for joining us. Thank you so much, Mitchell, for joining us. Thank you so much, Nathan, for joining us. All right, David.
See ya.
I think that this interview is now just beginning. I think the interview between you and me is just beginning. Why are you letting these kids run the road over you like that? You know how music works. You know how promotion works. You know how to do this. You're a veteran. You're a veteran.
It's different now. It's different now. I don't know. These guys, they're this fun band to be in. It's very cool.
You know what? I love to hear that. You're a fun-ass band to be in, too. And I should have done this before I decided to get all fascist on you all and take over the interview. But I wanted to say thank you so much for the music you make, your contributions towards music. It's bands like yours that get me out of bed in the morning, and I love what you do so much.
Yo, thanks, man. And thanks. That's awesome. And thanks for having us on. This was really fun.
And thanks for contributing to the compilation, A Christmas Fucking Miracle. In stores now, 15 covers and 15 originals by the new wave of new metal. Klokwise are on here twice, and they even get an intro by me using my greatest narrator voice. So thank you guys so much once again for tuning in. David, I guess you're the only one left. Goodbye. See you later.
Bye.